Sorry, dude. All right, guys. Hello, everyone. This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 1, episode 14. There has been so much shit that has happened in the League of Legends community. Now, I wouldn't always say Warren is right, but sometimes he be acting like a prophet and shit, you know? It's just like, Warren, how you doing, man?
I'm
Good.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
He loves it when TSM wins. He'll even DM me and go, TSM went 3-0, baby.
Yeah, you're right. Like a true
Always does
fan.
it. Always does it. I think he just wants to see. He gives me news, which is good. I always tell people in my Discord, if you have any news surrounding any League of Legends news that you want me to talk about, if I can get to it, please DM me. I gotta make videos, which is good. I want to say thank you guys for that. Sometimes I can't do it because I'm really, really busy, but I'm glad I have a community that I have. You know, like it's not Reddit, it's not those like shitty communities that other people are part of. Everyone's cool with each other. Everyone respects each other to a certain degree, and we just talk about League. That's what I always wanted, dude. I just wanted to just talk about League and have my opinion out there, like fucking Thorn and Monte Cristo have on their own show. You know what I mean, man? I just want to have my opinion out there. And like, man, I've been following League for so long, and the LCS never ceases to amaze me. This shit's always a goddamn roller coaster, no matter what. And it's crazy. Like when I first started doing podcasts, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And then I finally got it down. And I told you guys when I finally rebrand the channel to what I want it to be, views have been up, likes have been up, everything's been up. But in the League of Legends scene, things have been happening. Oh my God. Jatt leaves Team Liquid. Dignitas parts ways with Dardoch. We have Rival Week coming up this week. Cloud9's taking on Team Liquid and TSM. It's a crazy week, man. It's crazy. But what do you want to say? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Just having a weird. I have no electricity in my house, so.
Oh my God, Warren's having a bad day. I'm trying to brighten up Warren's day. You know, Warren, do you need a hug? Actually.
No, I don't. I don't hug strangers. LCS has been. I don't know. I don't even know who's the top team right now because you got TSM losing to EG one day, and then you have TSM beating Team Liquid. But to be fair, they're kind of hobbled because they don't have Alfari, and we'll get into that. But I don't know. The only team that seems legit is 100T, but I believe they lost. Didn't they lose a game, or have they lost a
100
game?
Thieves went 3-0. This week, 100 Thieves went 3-0.
Have they lost a game last week?
They lost to CLG, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So they lost one game. So far, they're looking like a top team, but, you know, and C9 recovered. I'm kind of confused as to, like, I don't feel good sending any team to Worlds at this point, to be quite honest with you. I mean, is that a wrong statement for me to have?
I mean, you're definitely not wrong. So, like, I gotta call out this stuff in the League of Legends community, man, because this shit fucking tilts me like no fucking earth. People are like, well, we never get answers from organizations at all. We just get like PR. Then when people in said organizations, insert whatever name you want, right, speak about the situation, or like players within the org will speak about it, or coaching staff, they're like, you're being unprofessional. Why are you doing this? It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Which do you want?
Like, blow my brains out. It's unprofessional. It's unprofessional. Oh, it's unprofessional. Why are you going on social media? I'm like, dude, what do you want? You want to hear the full situation, or you want to be a bitch and you want PR thrown at you? It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the hell?
It's you can't. It's a catch-22. You speak up to show your voicing your opinion, and your this is your thoughts. You look like you're an outcast and you're trying to rebel. And then if you decide to play passive aggressive and not say anything, be silent, you look like you're just taking it, and you're not like you're saying, voicing your opinion. So you can't please anyone. So it's just a weird situation for the players. Or for anyone, really.
Now that this Team Liquid situation has come full circle, like, What do you think is going to happen now? Because like they announced this past weekend, guys, if you haven't been following the news, is that Jatt has left Team Liquid, and he left immediately. He's not leaving next week. He's not leaving in 2 weeks. He's not leaving in a month. He left immediately. So like, what ended up happening, man? Like, what happened? What the hell?
It's easy. Who would you rather like? Would you rather bank on the best top laner or some guy that never even made it to Worlds as a coach? I mean, what as a player? Like, granted, he made it to Worlds with the team he had, but like,
and he also had the best record for TL. Even when they had double lift, they never had a record as good as the one Jatt gave them in the LCS 2020 summer split. They went 15-3, and even when they had double lift, they would always max out at like 14-4. You know.
oh,
But
right.
that's like one split though. So like, take it with a grain of salt.
He went to back-to-back finals.
True. There were like four peaks.
They went to semifinals, and they went to they went to another final this split. So he's done pretty good for his short term, but like,
yeah, like they got to a third place match against TSM last year in the LCS 2020 Summer Split playoffs. They almost beat TSM. They almost made a final without him. And I think if TL make the finals against FlyQuest, they win their 5th title against FlyQuest. And even this year, they make a finals again. So like, it wasn't like they couldn't make the finals, but you have to kind of factor in, like, is that coaching? Is that just the players? Is it a unified, conformed opinion with how to play the game? Because they won the LCS 2021 lock-in tournament, so it wasn't like they couldn't win anything. It wasn't like at some points they did, but it wasn't. But you could understand what I'm saying. Like at certain points, it was like they understood how to play the game. You know what I mean? Like together to the point where they could win, right? Unless you think them winning lock-in was only just because they had the best team on paper, quote unquote, and that team had gelled faster than the other teams. And plus, lock-in's kind of wonky because of like sub situations, not having full rosters, but.
I mean, lock-in was basically Demacia Cup. Like, I'm not trying to like.
Also, make sure you guys like the stream. If you're watching, there's like what 5, 6 people watching. That's fine. Just like the stream. That's all I ask for. Yeah, continue.
Lock-in is like, it's not like you're gonna go to. It's not like you're like sitting. Let's say you're sitting down one day, or you're talking to. Let's say you're on like double lift or not double lift, like Fudge is talking to I don't know, Alfari's like, you remember that lock-in tournament? What? Like nobody cares about
even
that.
LCK, even in LCK or LPL, like you said, no one cares about Demacia Cup or Kespa Cup. And when people brought that up to LCS fans, they're like, "Well, this team could just win a trophy now." Oh my god, it doesn't matter.
It's one tournament that it's Demacia Cup just because a team does well. I don't even remember who won the.
Dude, I think Vici Gaming got like top 4 at the Demacia Cup for this or last year. However you like bridge them for the LPL, right? Doesn't matter. Yeah, Vici Gaming is usually garbage. So. Dude, remember like
they're doing better this season. But
do you remember like fucking a Freak of Freaks would win like Kespa Cups and shit, like dominate Kespa Cups and then go into the LCK splits and be fucking garbage? Remember the one when they had Mystic and shit and Spirit because they choose to run this old man after like all these many years? They would win the Kespa Cup and then they would pretty much be like 5th place, sometimes 6th maximum. They would always fight for that final playoff spot in the LCK's old format system.
Right? You bring up a good point. So I don't think these tournaments really. I think the real tournaments that matter is spring and summer.
What's up, Bacon Beast? I don't know if you're new here, but if this is your first time here, hello. Are pro players playing for paycheck or we playing to win? I mean, to be fair, they have to play
on the region.
It's a two-way street to look at this. I know people bring this up. What's like paying for a paycheck? They have to get paid because they have to live off this kind of money later on when they're not under an org. Remember, an org pays for your living situation, your apartment. I think like food or some shit.
Food gets cooked.
They get the luxury life. Let's be honest. They get the luxury life. So, but there's a but to this. When they're not playing on a pro team, the money that they make on said pro team has to go towards like maybe bills or whatever, right? Having like roommates and shit like that. So I don't mind them playing for a paycheck. That's money. You need money to live, obviously. But there are players playing for a paycheck in a certain aspect of like, you brought this player up, Pole Belter, right? You think he's playing for a paycheck, you know?
Hell yeah, he's playing for a paycheck. Like, like look how long he's been around. Like he still think he can.
I remember
world?
when he first came into the league with Winter Fox. I remember that shit, dude.
Like
Oh my God.
I wasn't around for that, but like this guy is delusional. He thinks he can win worlds. Like, are you
on this roster?
Are you on cocaine? Like,
he can. They'll probably barely make the peak. I can see this roster hitting is like they make top 4, missing out on worlds. Maybe.
No,
this is like peak. Like if all players fire on all cylinders, Wild Turtle goes back to his like TSM days. Smoothie goes back to his Cloud9 days. Broxah plays like he was on Fnatic, and you pretend Pole Belter is like Caps, and Finn decides to just play Malphite every game.
Or remembers when Medic was like, he's only 17, like when he did that Aatrox performance. To answer his question, players are playing to win. There was an instance where Alfari, remember when he was on Origin and Upset, they took pay cuts because they felt that team was going to make Worlds, but again, they end up faltering in the spring split. I don't know. Like it depends. Like when Misfits made the super team, they were looking to make Worlds again, but they ended up faltering.
You know how that went? Holy fucking shit! That was
woo, that Gorilla, Soaz.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be Soaz.
Max Lore, he was washed up. He got lucky in 2017 Worlds. He thought he was probably the best jungler in the world or some shit because he luckily almost beat SKT when they were having a really bad tournament or some shit. It's like, dude,
they weren't having a bad tournament. They did great in groups. What are you talking about?
That's crazy, right? People said SKT was weak in that tournament. To be fair, SKT only lost 1 game in the group stage. They struggled in best. You could see the struggles, but they weren't as bad as people made it out to be. It was like, it wasn't that bad. They were still they were a scary team. SKT is scary no matter what situation is. I don't care what anybody says.
That iteration of FK, yeah, because you thought that you had a 10K gold lead, and then all of a sudden you lose the
that's
game.
My favorite game of Worlds ever is when they brought back that 10K deficit with that Rakan Orianna Shockwave. Whew, best of one on Worlds ever in 2017 Worlds. But it's just on these things that like, I can't blame a pro player for paying for a paycheck. This is their job, and they want to get paid for it. I'm cool with that. That's a job. I would want to get paid for my job if I'm at the highest level and I need to make money for my future, because the future is what they're thinking about as well. Because like they're not going to be playing pro forever. You're not going to always be on a team. There's going to be some off seasons where you're going to be on the bench, or you're going to be at home, or you could be homeless. Which one you can pick?
Hey, Bacon Beast ask. Did you talk about C9's downfall yet? What do you mean by C9's downfall? I don't want to answer until I know like some context.
I need some context because like
I'm not trying to be rude, by the way. Like, what do you mean by downfall?
Oh, what's up, Ziak? How you doing, man? 100 T's, babe. Yeah, I know. 100 T's are the best team in the league, man.
I don't know. I don't know about that, man. Like, I don't know. Like,
I see your point, though, because, like, dude, did you watch some of these Abadage games? I think he's good, but there's some moments where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you notice that?
Yeah,
I know I wasn't the only dude. He's good. I think he's better than, like, fucking Jensen right now. And he's better than Perks right now. There was that Lee Sin game against Team Liquid where he just like leaped in, died for nothing, and no caster went like, why did he do that? No caster said anything. I'm like, this man literally leaped in on Lee Sin. Every time him and Someday have role swapped, he's lost every 1v1. I'm like, holy fuck. We're not gonna talk about that? Okay, we'll just glass it up. We'll just glass it over, right? But if Fudge loses a 1v1, God forbid, man, fuck, the whole world will fall apart. You know what I mean? But it's always that double standard bullshit they're always trying to pull.
Hun Lu. I don't.
Yun Lu. What's up, K-Dot? How you doing, man?
He said, remember that most of these pros gave up school. You can't blame them for playing for money. There's a reason why some pros are demanding those huge paychecks. Yeah, you bring up a good point. Like, the thing is that some play for the paychecks. The problem is the paychecks are normally, when people talk about playing for the paychecks, they're really throwing shade and criticizing NA
Players
because
like Apollo, players like Hakuho, players in the past who were playing for paychecks and never did anything with their league careers, like Golden Glue Apollo, Hakuho.
Oh, he went to Worlds, right? But he didn't get to play.
Yeah, and like Hakuho and Apollo's only big accomplishment was knocking TSM out of their playoffs for the first time ever. That's their accomplishment, is knocking out TSM for the first time in playoffs ever in the first round. When they made, because that split, they got like fifth or something in the standings or fourth or whatever. So they had to face the lowest seed, and that was Clutch Gaming. And then that's when they knocked out TSM in 2018, the LCS 2018 spring split playoffs. Right. That's their biggest accomplishment. It's just knocking out TSM that one time. That's the biggest accomplishment.
Yeah, we beat TSM. I remember the
and then they have that close best of 5 against 100 Thieves, and you're like, okay, is Paul and Hakuo really doing anything? No, because they got fucking ass blasted in that third place match against Echo Fox. They weren't good. It's called, guys, getting lucky. It's called getting lucky. It's a thing that happens. Sven said in the TSM Legend episode, because I watched it, Sven said, let's ban Thresh. You know what they do? They don't ban Thresh. And you know what happened the next split for TSM? They changed the coaching staff, because I would too. He's like, should we ban this thing? Should we ban this guy? He's popping off on this. They're like, we can handle it, dude. Got this, bro. Next thing you know, they're 3-1, they're knocked out. Next thing you know, their coaching staff changes.
Oh shit. Zilak, you're crazy. Korean teams.
Zilak, you're crazy. I don't know. T1's not good right now either, because they've been losing a lot, but I don't know about them being better than T1. I don't know about that though. They can be, yeah. We're gonna bring up the news piece that Team Liquid released about the Jatt thing. Don't worry, Keely Chow, what's up, man? What's going on? Oh, we're talking about League of Legends pro scene, LCS and LEC.
LEC, yeah.
Yeah, so, go ahead.
So, like the paycheck to end on the paycheck thing, it's like, I mean, like, yes, perks came for. I'm sure he could have got offered like in.
Oh, you're good, man. We know you're fucking around.
But like he went to C9 because that's a good org. Like they're known in others gaming scenes for like doing pretty well, like in CS:GO and other sort of esports. So it's not only for the paycheck; it's also for the record, like the brand that you're with that can provide it. Because you're not gonna go to like Dignitas for the paycheck, like because don't you
want to play with Saligo, dude? Don't you want to play with Saligo and Fake God?
No.
Right, Warren?
No. Anyway, that's what I have to say about the paycheck thing. It's a bit of both, but it's mostly NA gets the get clowned about because we're the region that's known for the retirement and the paycheck, unfortunately.
So this past weekend, like more important than the games, which is fucking crazy, Team Liquid has been the brunt of the talk of the League of Legends scene for the LCS for the past, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, ever since they benched Alfari. And then I like to always have context here because we like to provide context and talk about these things in a very nice what's that word? Transparent way. And our transparent shit is real. This is how I truly feel about when I talk about some of these teams, because so much shit blows my mind. So much shit like absolutely just blows my mind. You know? It's just like, goddamn, like, I don't know what happened, but like I don't know. This is the same organization back in the day, dude, that made the Breaking Point video. You know what I mean? Now they're talking about transparency. Really? Come on here. Come on. Like, what are we doing here? What happened? Jatt didn't leave after this. I'm pretty sure Jatt was contracted to like 2022, I think was his contract, right? The fact that he's leaving immediately proves he did not like the decision that was made on Team Liquid moving forward, you know? Because you watch LEC, right? Remember in 2019, Cold played with Alfari on Origin?
Right.
Just imagine Cold looking at a teammate he knows is fucking stellar at top lane. Imagine him just sitting there going, what is Jatt doing? I know my friend is good. Why is my friend? Remember this, guys. Cold has only made 2 LEC finals when he was a player. When he was on Splice, back in EULCS 2016 summer split, and on the LEC 2019 spring split with Origin. Those are the only times he's ever made the finals in the LEC. One of them was with Alfari, and one of them was with Wonder. You guys know those players as great Western top laners, though. And even when Origin didn't do well. Alfari and Cold were still a pretty good duo, obviously, right? So you're thinking to yourself, he's now an assistant coach for Team Liquid, and he sees his friend not playing. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what the actual hell?
I think the
Like,
same thing could go for Mithy, and like Mithy seeing Sven bench is like, what? Why is Van bench?
ZX said, Alfari told Jatt that his coaching sucks. Jatt got very mad and benched him. TL owner steps in to end this once and for all. Yeah, like, to be honest, guys, we'll never, ever know, what happened. Let's be honest. We'll never really know what happened because
we'll know one day, probably in a following video.
On like a podcast randomly, they'll be like, okay, this is what really happens because I'm not contracted with the organization, right? At some point, these things do get revealed, right? But for the moment, obviously, like we don't know what happened. But I this is all I can infer. They thought they were really good when they had the online LCS format. They started playing scrims, obviously. When the split was going to start for the LCS, it was announced games would be on stage, obviously, for the LCS moving into the summer split for the 2021. And they probably were playing scrims and losing a bunch, I'd imagine, right? Because he claimed that he was going to bench Alfari for a while. So they might have been scrimming for a while. Things were probably not going well. Jatt may have pointed out issues Alfari didn't like or to a bunch of players, and they just had enough of it. Something had to snap, right? Someone or something snapped in one of the players to make them obviously do this, right? But I don't know personally, there's 10 people here. Make sure you guys like the stream. It greatly appreciates. It greatly helps the stream out if you like it. And we're gonna get into the full context of TL's thing right here. Team update. Jatt has resigned his position as head coach and departed Team Liquid effective immediately. In his place, Cold has been promoted to interim head coach with H4X Defender serving as the assistant coach for LCS. And this is the PR stuff. Jatt joined us last year. We were coming off a challenging spring split. His guidance immediately turned us around. We finished summer 15-3, our best regular season record ever. Went to Worlds, won the inaugural lock-in tournament, and came in within one nexus of going to MSI 2021. We cannot thank Jatt enough for his work and dedication to Team Liquid and wish him the best of luck forward. Okay. Warren, how did you feel about this when this was announced by Team Liquid?
That's just PR. Listen. When if you saw the initial first video, Jatt looked like one of those people that is like, I can't believe you do that. One of those faces where like he's like, this was surprise. Like, like you ever get like someone that like claps you or like you start like having a conversation and then they just like do the big clap when you just can't respond back and you just do that fake shrug and your face goes like, whatever. It's like Jatt had no idea how to respond. And like the thing is like, yeah, Jatt is an analyst for the desk prior, but like this guy has the best laning. You gave him praise months ago, and then all of a sudden, like, you don't bench $6 million, like $3.1 million for
like what, $1 million a year or some shit? $3 million contract?
Yeah, like
crazy.
You don't bench someone like that. Like and if he's giving you opinion, then okay, you absorb it. I think Jatt's feelings got hurt, and he demonstrated power. And the TL org and Steve is like, well, maybe Alfari is right. Maybe he didn't say it in a way you like it but that's what it is.
Dude, like, I like how people like, let's just bring in Alfari. Now, credit to Jatt, Jenkins isn't a bad player. He's performed way better than I thought he would be performing. But there's a big but here. He's not Alfari, though. He's just not. No. It's not the same. And Jenkins, I'm sorry to say this, guys, he's only ever popped up on Akali. Has he popped up on any other champion but Akali? No. There's a problem with that. He's only doing well on the champion because his champion is just too broken, right? Alfari has shown to be good for literally any meta, tanks, bruisers, split pushers, you name it, in the top lane. Alfari has it, right? Jenkins has only really popped off on these games from Team Liquid so far for this past LCS 2021 summer split on Akali, because that champion is broken as hell. You know, I want to make sure I point that out there, because people are gonna be like, he's popping off on Akali. That counts, right? Are you dumb? Are you stupid?
That's like Diana. Diana's broken right now. Like you can literally blow up a team once you get enough items and you get fed. Like some of these champions are like either a little bit overtuned or just too strong with the current mythics and stuff like that. Bacon Beast actually said something. Anyone see the Freak and G2 grabs drama? I read it. It looks interesting. We'll probably get to it at some point.
Oh yeah, we're
but
gonna get to it. Yeah.
yeah, we'll probably get to that. So like back to Jatt and Alfari. So I think it's one of those things where like I said, Loco Doco might have not been the best coach, but even when the players were like even in the breaking point, someone says like he sucks or whatever, he's like, okay, well I suck, but we gotta figure this out. And like they argued for a bit, but then they came to a resolution. Like, did Jatt's feelings get hurt that bad because someone like really knew his stuff? I don't know. I don't know. I think, and maybe he just didn't like the. I mean, I'm assuming the coach, when you're a coach for one of these esports team, you're getting paid way more than someone that works on the analyst desk, because Captain Flowers still lives with his sister. No offense to Captain Flowers, but but he
Hey
still
man,
lives with
that
his.
LA life ain't cheap, man. I was just saying.
I'll just let you know, LA is not cheap for anyone, and I'm not trying to disrespect Captain Flowers, but my point to show is that clearly working for a organization as a coach is probably much more money than being someone on the cast list. Now, granted, when it comes to
Dude, why do
Worlds,
you think Deficio, first chance he got to leave the EULCS/LEC broadcast desk to
he went to
go be a
Oranges.
team manager? Yeah. Like, if Deficio has been with the EULCS scene pretty much since it began, first chance he got to be like a team manager and get better pay, he was like, all right, see you guys. I'm gonna go get my hot dog from this place.
We'll get to that, Ryan. By the way,
Oh yeah, because that's a real brain dead fucking decision. I thought SK Gaming
we
blew
we
my mind.
we can watch the video for that one.
Yeah, I thought SK Gaming blew my mind with how stupid they've managed their roster. Dignitas is like, let me just one up you. Shit. Fuck. Like, can't go to Worlds if you're already beating yourself, right? Can't get beaten by fucking, I don't know, Doinby if you're already beating yourself, right? Because Doinby's like, ha ha ha, useless NA. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm fucking around with you. But like, my thing with Jatt leaving Team Liquid, I wish Jatt all the best. I hope he gets another gig on another team to prove that he was worth the Team Liquid value they paid for him when they did get him, because they were kind of in shambles when they did get him. And he did get them to a third place finish, world's best record, you know, that they had. Even when they had double, they had a 15-3 record in that summer split. Granted, that is kind of like one split compared to the other records where that double F team went to like top 2 at MSI, things like that, right? Winning back-to-back trophies. The Team Liquid still made a final. They were so close to going MSI, you know? I just hope things get better for him. You know, I don't wish ill will on anyone. I hope he finds other gigs in the scene. Maybe he can go back to being an analyst. Maybe he can just be a content creator. Maybe, I don't think he'll ever talk about what really happened. I don't think he's that kind of person, you know, but, you know, I hope things get better. That's all I can say. You know, I don't know what happened. Feelings got hurt at some point in time. Feelings got hurt at some point. We know that for sure. Whether it was on his side or whether or not it was on Alfari's side, I don't know personally. What do you think to kind of close this out?
We'll never know. I think Alfari's tweets was telling when he did the Chipotle tweet. It was very telling.
Certified banger.
And when he did the big announcement picture with Sven, that looked like I'm pretty sure Steve went to him, because Steve is like Andy, like of TSM. They both want to do successful at Worlds, and TL has had more success over the recent. They've gone at least 3-3 or at least 2-3 at Worlds, so they've had chances to get out of the group stage, and they did have the MSI. So Team Liquid is looks like they're on an upward trajectory. this little hindrance kind of took them out. I hope that the drama and everything's put aside. Now about their coach, into their draft recently. That was just I guess we'll talk about that later. That draft was
drafts are just in a man. I don't mean to say this. These drafts are a sin against life.
that draft was like literally a
Or you saw
hostage.
that TSM draft against EG. That shit should have been a sin against the Bible or some shit because that shit was abysmal. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Holy fuck. God damn. Like, I don't claim to be a draft expert at all, but if you've been watching drafting like I have since 2014, all these meta changes, you know what a good draft looks like. Remember the Cloud9 draft? People said I was stupid for when I said that Cloud9 have been drafting bad. Cloud9 have been drafting bad. They drafted a comp against CLG in their previous game, not this one this week, in their previous game, where the only way they were going to win is if they actually fought them and actually landed CC. That was the game plan. If Jin Zhao gets on top of them, or if Perks can free fire and hit them, not close range, that's their plan. I'm like, that draft sucks. That draft literally sucks.
I didn't like that TSM.
Oh, he loves that one. He loves that one.
I don't know how you. The problem is that the new Zhen Zhao and Diana are just so broken. Like the Echo Band was that's something to talk about later. But anyway, the what's going on with I just lost my train of thought. What were you saying?
Drafting being abysmal.
Oh yeah, so it was abysmal from TL. Like when Cole was interim coach, hopefully he, I don't know, because that drafting for T, like he literally handed TSM a free win. Like that was a free, legitimate win. When I was like, wait, lethality Varus into that team, like who? Like you're gonna lethality kill a Mundo? Like I don't. What? Like, are you supposed to out-sustain them?
These plans are terrible. Bro, these plans are awful. Them shit is trash. God damn, this egregious LCS play that I see. And I don't mind it. As Alorm said, do we really watch for fucking learning out of the region anymore? If you're a new person, like I was at one point, you'll learn a lot. It will this stuff will teach you something. But when you get more advanced and you start watching other regions, you start watching other teams play and how they draft and how they think about the game, and you like look at how you play the game, you kind of just watch this for pure entertainment value. And it's true. Like, I want to make sure I make this known. No one forces anybody to watch NA. People always say, oh, NA is so bad, it's not good. Don't watch then. Don't watch. No one has a gun to your head saying you gotta watch this shit. I watch it because, I love watching, and I have a YouTube channel based on talking about LCS, LEC, and sometimes the other regions when we're talking about Worlds specifically during the year, or MSI, right? I just hate how people are like, oh yeah, NA sucks. Don't watch then. Goodbye. Don't need you. You'll be replaced in an hour with another random person.
There was some good things in the chat. I think Zilak said Dardoch tried to pull an Alfari, but his salary was a whole lot easier to manage than an Alfari. That's true. That's very true. That's true. Ryan.
True.
By the way, I've seen some LPL games. RNG is not doing well after MSI. I can explain that later, of course, because I talked about that in a different video. But yeah. That's all I have to say about the drafting, but and on the Jatt situation. So,
let's bring up the Dignitas thing, because that was the thing that actually I'm sitting here going like, they did not just give away the best. They did not just let go of the best jungler in the league. I'm not kidding, guys. He legitimately was the best. Like, dude, he legitimately, in my personal opinion, he was the best jungler in the league. He was better than Blabber the split. He was better than Svenskeren. He was better than fucking Santorin. He was better closer. He was about evenly matched closer. It's like he was better than pretty much every jungler outside of like closer and shit. They're like going, he's mean to us. Bench him. Actual retard logic. They're probably the worst team right now because of that.
Oh no, Acadian's
morons. Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Because he carried that TSM. He carried that TSM roster to that finals at one time. Remember that? It wasn't Beardson, obviously.
Chad gelled here. Yeah, you're right. yeah. Once you bring that video up with Bakery, that was just, I don't know.
I do like this little cute stuff that Dignitas does. Their social media presence has got a bit better. You know, I like this little cutesy stuff they do before a stream. That was kind of cute to me, you know, because the little icons and they have a little fucking data and shit about who's gonna win the game. I like that stuff. I like how they're trying to be different with their social media. I have no problem with their social media. They've gotten way better at having a presence there. I'm sitting here going, what the fuck is this? I gotta scroll down far enough. Was it during this game? Oh, that's funny. They drew L on this house. That's funny. That's little cutesy shit I like. You know what I mean? You don't always gotta be flashy and saying some cringe tweets. I'm cool with it. Just do your own thing to try to be famous. You know what I mean? Where is their fucking video at? Where they're talking about screwing their whole organization.
It should be.
Unless I have to go to I Will Dominate tweet, and I really don't want to do that.
Ugh, that dude. He needs to get punched in his throat. Ugh.
Oh my god. Why do you hate I Will Dominate?
Because he's
Warren. Give me a sec, okay? Just talk.
So like so to answer you, Ryan, about RNG, the problem is that they had to get quarantined for 2 weeks. I had found that out through the casters. They mentioned that, so they're not able to be together, discuss the drafts, come up with strategies. And so far, the only teams that have been like performing well have been, I believe, out of the MSI teams is Damwon. And because Mad Lions just dropped the game again, so a lot of teams are kind of like recovering from the MSI, trying to figure out their drafts, trying to regroup. RNG, they had a close series recently against FPX, which I saw, which was kind of a banger series if you watch it. But they'll get better. The 2-week quarantine plays a big deal because again you're not able to sit down, having Zoom kind of conversations doesn't really work. So that's where
But do you think they'll be the best team? You know, like I've watched a good amount of the LPL.
Well,
it comes on when obviously like I'm about to head to bed to go to work in the morning, or it'll be playing when I have my days off tonight. It plays. I love watching.
Well, right now LNG is on the top.
LNG's the top team. Yeah, LNG's the best team. That's so weird, man. That is weird. They've always been dog shit.
Yeah, because LNG used to be Snake Gaming, and they became and that Flandre used to be like the franchise player, and then he went to EDG recently.
Tarzan's on LNG.
Tarzan and Icon are on there as well.
Icon's always been a solid, good mid laner. You know?
Yeah, he's been a solid, good mid laner. I don't know, because the thing is, Xiaohu's champion pool is kind of suspect in the sense like
he is not a mechanical top laner, but he is good outside of lane, if that makes sense. Like, you could beat him in lane and stomp him, but he doesn't let you do that. He pretty much, if you beat him in lane, he doesn't let you fucking snowball the game. He's really good at being a stabilizer.
He got solo kills on Nuggery this last
That's
week.
Crazy, though. Like, that's the crazy thing, is like, he'll have games where he pops off really hard, but then there's games where he's just a really serviceable top laner. So that's my thing, is like, he's not inconsistent. It's just like you don't know what you're going to get on some days when you're playing against Xiaohu, which is a good thing because a player like him, you know, he's not going to be mechanically better than people like Naguri or even fucking what's his name, or even Ben on Suning, right?
Right, but to be fair, like, let's give him credit that LPL has probably some of the best top laners, right? And he rolled swap from mid when he was still a good mid laner, because I think he'd be honestly, if they had like an actual good top laner and he was mid lane, I think RG is a way better team. Mm-hmm. But he took the role swap because they got Crying, right? And Crying's like kind of Crying's like the Niski of LPL. That's not like it's like Niski's not a bad player, but Niski's not like a superstar. You know what I mean?
Niski's like James Harden. Just kidding.
Clearly. So like I think RNG's gonna recuperate. It's just I don't know with all these teams now. Like OMG's doing better. LNG's at the top. EDG looking really good with Viper on there. How he had a godly Ezreal game the other day. And his Varus like so it's the LPL is they have so many good teams, man. Like even LGD with Shadow, like Shadow's actually
LGD's been
performing.
popping off with Shadow. Not gonna lie, he's been
Like
having some real nice pop off games.
he's not only playing League Sin, so it's nice to see when people written off like someone's career that he's playing in a much more competitive league. So um,
Like
I
Bacon Beast asked us, do you guys like LS? Guys, I'm being honest here, I don't hate anyone in the scene. I don't
um
mind people in the scene, but I can disagree with how they talk about the game. I don't agree with how Thorin sees the game. I don't. He doesn't even know what he's talking about, right? But I don't hate Thorin, if that makes sense, right? I can
right.
disagree with you about how to play the game, but I could like you, you know? That's how I
Uh,
see it. I do learn a lot from listening to LS talk. I really do, you know? I think that I think his information is beneficial and good for anybody that is not knowledgeable about certain things in the game. What do you think?
Ellis is he's interesting. I think his opinions are like personally, I don't have a problem with him, but like sometimes I think he thinks this what he says is Bible, and sometimes he's not the Bible. He's actually, um, you know, more like a yellow sticky note. So like, I don't like. Sometimes I don't. He's passionate about your game. You're right, Hunlu, but like, I just don't. I don't know. I used to say I didn't like him slash hated him, but like he's knowledgeable. It's just the I feel like he doesn't give the other regions their credit when it's due, and like he just keeps seeing Korea as the best region. Yeah, even though Damwon Gaming lost, he won't give RNG credit, or he won't give Mad Lions
Damwon
credit.
and his Damwon and his size would only ever lose because another team fucks up, not because of that team actually playing well.
Right. Like look
Mhm.
like when Mad Lions took Damwon to 5 games, he's not really gonna give them the recognition. That's my problem with LS. Uh and I'll leave it at that.
All right, guys. Here is the statement from Dig that they put out about why they benched Dardoch, and there's some funny Twitter comments in this. All right, here we go. Here's why they benched Dardoch.
Look at this idiot bakery.
Hey everyone, I wanted to give you an update on what's happening with our LCS and Academy rosters moving forward. Firstly, Dardoch will be parting ways with the organization and will no longer be playing for the LCS or Academy rosters. To explain why this is happening, we first need to explain what we're doing here at Dignitas. The first thing is that we are more than just one player. We are a team. Our key goal is growing our players, developing them, giving resources that they need to become better people, both inside and outside of the game. When you bring together a group of amazing people with the same goal, you can create something that's more than the sum of its parts. And that's what we've been doing at Dignitas this whole season. And that's what led to our success in spring. To put it simply, Dardoch's actions on Friday were not in line with what we consider acceptable for a player at Dignitas. We know that players get frustrated. I've been there. Everyone gets frustrated. But the things that we saw were just not something that we could work with moving forward. So, looking forward, we have lots of stuff to be excited about. The first thing is that we have the exact same structure and exact same staff as we've always had this season. So our coaching staff are staying the same. We've actually flown them down, and we're putting in more resources than ever before, including hiring what I believe to be the best sports psychologist in esports. The second thing, we're promoting Acadian to be our LCS starting jungler. Acadian is an LCS level player. There is no doubt about it. We have seen him come into teams and turn them around, and we've seen him lead a team to the LCS finals. Acadian is the type of leader who is going to come in and support his players, so that they can grow to the best versions of themselves. He's the type of person who will notice someone having an off day in scrims and will spend the rest of his night talking to them, going over to their house, taking them out for food, and trying to help them get in the right space to enjoy the game, but also to improve the next day. I am confident, and I have no doubt he's the type of leader that we need alongside Afamu to take our team to the next level. We brought in Will. Will is one of the most exciting players in North America. He's 16 years old, and he's our new Academy jungler. Finally, though, I do want to say a huge thank you to every Dingtas fan who has been out there cheering for us and supporting us this whole time. It truly means a lot. I hope that you will continue to do so, and I hope more than anything, it will be still fun to watch.
This man literally tried to justify them benching the best jungler in the league, or one of the best junglers in the league, because of some weird attitude thing. Now, I don't know what was funnier, this shitty video they put out, or these fucking comments. These comments were gold. Let me read some of this shit to you, Warren. You have to roast these people. Roast them for me, please. Unless he slapped the ever-living shit out of every Dig employee, this is still a stupid move. It's insane that even after he was kicked off multiple teams for issues, you somehow want to suck his dick because he's good. Being good doesn't mean he's good for a team. You're fucking stupid. Who? What? This guy says, or the region is just soft as shit. Teams in Europe don't constantly go around benching people for attitude and behavior issues. If you get benched in LEC, it's because you suck, not because you hurt someone's feelings. Soft, that's funny. Soft, that's funny. In the military, I remember the ones with attitudes being dropped out of courses no matter how good they are because their mental compromises teamwork and missions. But go off about being soft, King. Guess Marines are soft. I mean, you want to talk about people's mentals. Anyone joining the military in this country is either financially desperate or brain damaged. God, you probably sympathize with Dardoch because both of you share the same narcissistic personality trait. It's never your fault or that your way or no other way mentality. I used to be a fan of him, but as an actual adult, I understand his way of thinking is just bad for teams.
Okay, that's first of all, when he was like Acadian, there's a reason why Acadian was in Academy for God knows how many. The last time Acadian was relevant when he was on Echo Fox and TSM.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's been in Academy for a while. They chose to start Dardoch first for a reason.
And he was
Dardoch is the better player. He was on, and then he went from TSM to Dignitas because obviously they were playing Acadian first, and then going into that summer split, they wanted to play Dardoch over Acadian because he's just the better player. Though I'm just being honest with you guys, Dardoch literally before they benched him was like the second or third best, at least top 3 in his role before they benched him. I don't care what you say. Watch the fucking games. Like there's a reason why people were mad at him getting benched because they literally pretty much sabotaged themselves at doing anything in the playoffs at all. I don't care if they have Acadian. They're just now worse off without him. Maybe he got mad because they benched Saligo and put in dog shit Yasui in fucking games, right? Because that guy, he's sure been really good. He's better mechanically than Saligo, but Saligo was able to offer things too. Saligo was a player that he might not win the lane, but at least he's not losing really bad, and he's putting all of his resources into Dardoch to carry the game. What does Yasui do? Dardoch would get Yasui ahead and he'd throw it away.
Wait. So Mosh Fikor Raham said Dardoch is trash, and then he's like later on he's like, now I know why this channel has only 700. Well,
what's your channel have, Mr. Mosh? What is?
Well, to answer your question, first of all, Mosh.
That's what his name is.
To go off of recency, Dardoch was probably the best player. Was at least a top 3 jungler, in the league. Blabber was underperforming, and Spica was doing okay. And then I would say Closer was probably the other one that was pretty good. So Dardoch was definitely in talks. Now, prior to that, like Dignitas last season wasn't really I think they made playoffs, but they barely made it by 8th or 7th place. So they
barely made it in. Like,
they
actually barely made it in.
Yeah, so they overachieved to because you want to know why we're saying Dardoch is good. So I'm gonna give you context because you want context. So they overachieved their win total ratio for the spring, and they were in the playoffs without having to fight for it, right? So they did pretty good. So the thing is that most of the comments, which is right, is that you're saying Dardoch is trash, but then people forget about Forgiven, how toxic he was, but look what he did when he played for most teams. Forgiven took most teams to the playoffs. He went to Worlds. He played. I mean, he was on SK. He did good with them. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna say Dardoch is trash, but you're not giving any context.
Give you context. I'll show you how this guy is the best jungler in the league. Remember when that one team level 2 invaded them and they blew all their summoner spells on Dardoch? He's Lee Sin. He blew all summoner spells level 2. And also, he comes back in the game. He mind games Jose Diodo in a perfect way. Instead of farming, because that's what you expect when you blow your summoners that early on, he just ganks the whole time around. When you're thinking he's farming, he ganks one lane, gets it ahead. When you think he's farming, ganks one lane, gets it ahead. Now Josiedo has to pay attention to that guy in the opposite direction who's carrying the game. Then Dardoch took a dragon. Now he's getting further ahead. It doesn't matter that he blew a summoner spells. Tell me if Blabber would have did that. Tell me Speaker would have did that. Tell me Jose Diodo would have did that. Oh, wait, he didn't because he got fucking clapped.
Don't talk about Speaker like that, you fool.
You're just fucking you know? But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, he literally took a game that was it was literally the jaws of defeat. Carried it all the way through. Rumble games he had, the amazing Lee Sin performances he's had. Come on. You're going to come here and say Dardoch's trash? You better give me some fucking games of him being trash, because I saw him carrying the shit out of this team. Remember, take this out. Keep this in mind. What if Dignitas had Acadian last split, right? Do they look as good as they did? And do they impress people the way they do? No, there's a reason why Acadian was on the fucking bench. Not rocket science. Dardoch was the one carrying the team. And Aframo, too. Credit to him. He was carrying the team, too. Aframo did really, really well. There's a reason why Warren, me, what's HMS, other people, when we were doing our all-pro team rankings, there's a reason why Dardoch won our MVPs. It must be Closer has a much better team around him than Dardoch does. Blabber has a much better team around him than Dardoch does. Speaker has a much better team than Dardoch has around him, right? But Dardoch's team is able to get 5th place and challenge these teams, right? Fuck out of here. You don't know shit. Fuck out of here. What's wrong with this clown? What? He's not a good jungler. Yeah, he's got Saligo to play with, and yet his team is over here making like 5th place and almost making playoffs with a budget roster. Fuck out of here.
They're
low-level morons.
They're literally an all-NA team, so for you to call him trash, I don't mind you call him trash, but then that comment about you got to give context. If he's been outside of leaving and getting kicked, rather, he's been performing very well. And most of the analysts on the desk would highlight Dardoch's champion pool. That was highlighted too. So sorry, Mosh, but I can't agree with you on this one or your comments, because I think they're one, out of line, and two, if you're gonna say something, please, we're not the end all be alls, but you got to give context so we can properly answer you.
I know my shit about League. I watch these games consistently. I don't have to prove this. This is literally written in the league, in the game. They've won barely any games with Acadian, and they've won more with Dardoch. Even just in this split alone. I'm talking about last split. I'm talking about just in this little time frame. When they switched out Dardoch, they have been losing a lot of their games. They are now probably the worst team in the league, next to Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians and Digger just racing to see who's worse on some days, I guess. You know? It's literally in the gameplay. It's literally in the gameplay. If you can't tell that, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Fuck out of here. Dardoch's trash. Give me a reason why. Oh, he's toxic. Fuck out of here. What? Fucking clowns. All right, so Ziak wants to talk about contracts because he knows it's gonna irk you with TSM. I know he wants to.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, all right. What do you think about contracts and how he performed against TSM?
He played on an overpowered champion, and the draft was stupid.
Let me actually look, because I looked at that game. Contracts performed really well, and I don't mind him performing really well. I think he's really not that good a player, on being honest here, but He did perform well in
Played
that
on an
game.
overpowered champion against a shit draft. Like that draft was garbage. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we look at the draft, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
look at it right now.
they because I'm looking at it right now myself. So they how do they 5v5? Like the problem is that Tristana's gonna scale. Like the Viego's gonna hurt. Like the Diana's gonna hurt. Like they got that once you get Diana ahead, it's just she'll blow everybody up. Like that's the problem. So and like who's gonna initiate a fight? A Lee kick? Like yeah, Hooney's been having some great games on Lee Sin, but it's not like the it's not like a like a set or like even in Renekton, he can like dive the backline and get easy access. They got to rely on volley or Sharima shuffle. So I didn't particularly like their draft. I think they needed something better in the top lane, like maybe a set. Maybe it could have been able to like go against them or like even Gragas or because the Karma's normally pick as a counter pick for to bully the lane, but then and for like Rumble because of Rumble's ult, she can mantra and "Wee, I can run through it." So like, so I just didn't like that
I'm
draft.
not saying he didn't play good. He played great. I got to see this more though. I can't just take one game context. He played great. More power to him. He did great. I got to see more though. I don't know if they're going to run this like 6-man roster because I know they said they're dedicated to Svenskeren, but Svenskeren has not been playing well this split, though. Let's be honest here. He has not been playing well. I think they might be stronger right now if they put in contracts. I even called this in a previous show, I think last week or the week before. I said at some point, if Svenskeren keeps playing bad, they're going to put in contracts, though. What did they end up doing? They put in contracts.
Yeah, because they're not going to put in impact. If they put Jizuke.
Oh God, Warren.
Suzuki. I'm sorry. Actually, you had a other comment about the draft about IMT's draft. I'm trying to find it. It was 100 Thieves against IMT.
Yeah, we'll talk about the drafts right now. So this was the draft for TSM versus Evil Geniuses. TSM drafted Lee Sin, Volibear, Azir, Ezreal, Karma. EG drafted Viego, Diana, Lucian, Tristana, Nautilus. To me, EG's comp is a typical EG comp for the players you have right there. Jizuke gets to be on a champion. He can all in on as much as he wants to. Danny gets a safe ADC pick. Ignar gets on a playmaking champion like Nautilus. Contracts gets on a broken jungler and Diana. And obviously, Impact's been one of the best top laners in the league, if not the best top laner in the league, and he gets to be on Viego. Honestly, I think this is a perfect EG style draft. TSM, dude, what is about TSM and them playing these limited window compositions all the time? Why do they do that?
Well, they have insurance. Like they have the Azir's gonna scale, the Ezreal's gonna scale. The problem is their engage is not the best, and they got caught out a lot doing a lot of like I don't know asinine stuff that just boggle my mind. Like what are you doing right there? Like what are you doing right there, Power Evil? What are you doing?
That's why I get paid $400K salary and I don't give a fuck.
What are you doing? What are you doing right there? So like to me, like, and then the problem is once you get Diana ahead, it's hard to take her down because then it's like, well, you gotta peel and if she gets everyone in a nice little bunch and she blows you up, that's like like that was like good by them, but then like one of like this play right here, I was like, Hooney, what are you doing? Like this is just Braun stuff. Ooh, I'm gonna like what was that? What were you doing right there? Like literally, what are you? What was that? The game was literally lost right there.
I remember I watched this and I went, man, this man's getting paid this much money to throw games this hard. Holy shit, I could do this for free. Holy shit, man. Like, man. Like, yeah, I did feel bad for Contracts when he started crying. You know, this does mean a lot to some people, you know?
I don't feel bad for him. You want to know why?
Warren is just heartless. Holy motherfucker.
I'm not.
If you ever break up with your girlfriend, don't go to Warren. Please. Please. God.
I don't feel bad.
What the fuck?
This guy was on C9. Could have been the blabber, but decided, you know what? I'm gonna leave and go to Golden Guardians with Lorelo and Mickey and who else? Was it Matt and Deathly? Yeah, okay,
And
you're an
High.
idiot.
Old,
And then,
washed up High.
oh yeah, I'm sorry, it was High. And then they finally got Mickey. I'm not gonna give this guy. And like he's been in academy so long, like he should have just. Some people don't understand these teens because they are 18, 19. These teens don't realize that what I'm going to be playing with Sneaky because Sneaky stayed on for another 2 years on C9. He could have played with Sneaky, learn from Jensen like pathing and how to go around the mid lane and impact at that time. And then I think once they got Licorice, he could have learned from them. But instead, he's like, "Oh, I've been to Worlds. I went to quarterfinals." So no, I don't give him. No.
He's like, I narrowly missed out on making semis. You know what? I might be the best jungler in the world.
Yeah. Like, yeah, okay, nah. You know what? Cry me a river. Boo-hoo, bitch. Like,
oh my God, Warren. Warren, who touched you in the wrong place today? Oh my God. Oh my God, Warren. I'm just telling you guys right now, if you were breaking up with your girlfriend and your wife, don't talk to this man. This man will tell you you're a fucking fool. You're a bitch. You deserve to get cheated on, you fucking loser. God damn, dude. It's because he lives in New York and he thinks he can do that shit. It's just because he lives in New York he can do that.
That's not true. That is not true.
New Yorkers are always angry. It's because he's a Yankees fan. He just has to portray that to you guys.
But to be real, yes, it sucked that he cried, but part of me is like, you could have avoided this situation if you were humble. That's the point I'm getting at. Do I feel bad that he cried? Yes, a little bit.
No, don't lie to us. We're on your heartless.
A little. It's just a tiny bit. But I
think you're the Grinch. Maybe instead of having no fucking neck, you're the Grinch.
But I mean, answer this question. Do you think that was hastily how he left C9 to join?
I remember the situation back then. It had to deal with like they didn't know if he was going to renew or if he was going to take the Golden Guardians offer, something like that, right? But I'm thinking to myself, he wasn't really that good though. I'm just being honest here, man.
He's around him.
Yeah, like to me personally, he wasn't really that good though. He was all right on his best day. Remember those Ezreal performances he did at Worlds and Group Stage that year? I was like, let's get this guy off the stage. Just get off.
We'll get along. We'll get along. Yeah. About now, in regards to the 100 Thieves draft, they don't really scare me. I think because Abadage has been doing some craps, and when I mean craps is like when Caps plays like crap.
Oh God, epilepsy. My bad. Sorry about that, guys. Like, there's been some plays Abadage has been going for, and I'm sitting here going, "What the fuck?" Remember that Lee Sin thing he did against Team Liquid? He got absolutely blasted by Jenkins. There was a game this week he got absolutely just blasted in. Didn't even matter what he did, right? And then no one talked about it though. Like 100 Thieves doing well with Reaper doesn't surprise me at all because Reaper, I think this is a perfect set of players for what his coaching style is. He's all about making moves around the map, always being proactive, always being aggressive, always about moving forward at this period point in time, always taking this objective. I think this is the perfect amount of players for him and the right players for how he sees the game. And I'm not shocked they're in first place right now or competing with first place against TSM, you know? I don't really see how that's a bad thing though. Reaper's he won Coach of the Split multiple times. His Cloud9 roster's always finished at least top 2, at worst like top 3. You know, he knows how to do well in the regular season. It's always comes to the playoffs where he's always failed at. That's the issue here, you know? And it would be great to see him finally rewrite that narrative again if he wins a split with 100 Thieves like he finally did with Cloud9 back in the LCS 2020 spring split. What do you think about Reaper and his coaching for 100 Thieves? Do you think they're the best team, man?
Well, I'm just going to go off of... so right now in the LCS, they are... Since they've started the summer, their record is 10-2. That's pretty good. You'd say that's pretty good. That's definitely better.
Revenge. I remember I had to watch this. We didn't see that, right?
Like
that's an NA play right there. Look at that shit. This man's like, I'm Ultra Instinct Goku or some shit. This man's like, you know what? This man's like, you could stop right there and get turret plates, get lane pressure. The man's like, I'm just gonna be Ultra Instinct Goku and just die.
He wants to show why he belongs in NA and as an NA top laner, and that's fair. I mean, he did mention on like a crackdown that his job wasn't really secured. So, I mean, to be fair, he's trying to like sell his value, right? Basically, I can't blame the guy for doing that at least. But could he have just been happy and then they could have forced the dive? Yeah, that would have been the
why. In one of the 100 Thieves games, I saw Someday get in front of a Renekton melee range and then just die. I don't know what game it was. I think it was the Cloud9 game. They played against Cloud9, I think like this week or last week. I saw that. I wanted to actually blow my fucking brains out. I'm like, what the hell did I just see? This man got in front of a Renekton melee range as Gnar when he just died. I was like, you trolling here? Or you just fucking with each other here? That's terrible. That's not getting punished. I mean, it is getting punished, but not getting punished to the fullest extent, if you know what I mean, right? Yes, it was 100 Thieves versus Dig. Oh my god, thank you, Hyun. Thank you. What happened, Warren? Oh, yeah. So that it was against 100 Thieves versus Dig, right? 100, like, he literally did one of the worst things I've ever seen a top laner do. And it was just so... You can see it. Like, I'll show you guys right here. It did it against Fate God and shit, you know, where, like, you don't do this. Like, look at this shit right here. Here, I'll show you my screen right here. Right. Oh, my God. Sorry about that. Here, I'll show my screen right here. Right here. Like, you see him winning a trade, right? You see him doing well, and he's Mega Gnar against Renekton, right? You see this, well? And then, all of a sudden... he just loses a 1v1. And Abadage, like, literally... Like, right there. How did he die? Hold on, give me a sec. Are you in town? You missed call. All right, so, yeah, like, I don't really understand. Like, somebody was playing egregiously bad in this matchup, like, right here. I don't understand, like, how he was losing this hard, you know, to Renekton as Gnar. We've seen this matchup 1,000 times, and he's losing this bad. Like, Dignitas did well in the early portion of the game, but then they just threw it all away. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, what is going on with this right here, you know? But I like that he's able to, you know, be aggressive this split over the last one, because last split was pretty bad from him as well. He's still making these like uncharacteristic mistakes, but it's okay because, like, I guess only just because it's an A, it's not getting punished, right? You know, it's just these things where, like, 100 Thieves right now has a record of what, like 20-9. They've been playing really well. They've been moving around the map better. Their bot lane is still one of the best bot lanes in the league. They have now one of the best mid laners in the league. They have one of the best topside jungle duos in the league. I personally think that they have the key ingredients to finally win a split, but I don't know yet. Reapers always did well in the regular season, but then he's always kind of floundered at the last second when it comes to playoffs with the past Cloud9 roster iterations. So we'll have to see if this 100 Thieves roster is going to be just a good regular season team, or are they going to be good in the playoffs? I personally think they're going to be in the finals. I think they've been playing the best out of any LCS teams currently right now, and I personally think that this is a roster, this is a organization I want to see on the world stage, at least for North American North American teams right now. I want to see this team on the world stage because I want to see them improve with Abadage. You know, he never went to Worlds when he was on Schalke. No Fear, obviously. But you have to kind of factor in the nature of Schalke No Fear. They were always playing second fiddle to G2 and Fnatic anyway, obviously. And then when you're looking at teams like Dignitas, you can literally see the quality in Dignitas gameplay dip, obviously, when they benched out Dardoch, obviously. You know, you literally see the gameplay they have to go through just get absolutely worse. Now, he says Huni Spica someday closer. Yeah, like Spica and Huni have been a really great topside duo themselves. I personally think that Spica is one of the best junglers in the league at the moment because I think players like Blabber have been massively underperforming. Huni has stepped up a lot. Huni has proven that he is one of the best top laners. Obviously, one of the better top laners in the league. I wouldn't say the best top laner. He's one of the better top laners is what I'll say. Now looking at Cloud9, because I haven't got a chance to really touch on Cloud9. They went 2-1 this past weekend. They defeated CLG and they defeated Golden Guardians. Two teams they should easily on paper obviously deal with. But they did lose very, very hard to 100 Thieves, obviously. But 100 Thieves is better than Cloud9 right now at the moment. So I'm not surprised about that. That means 100 Thieves 2-0s Cloud9 on the split, which means that they really can't get first place because 100 Thieves holds the head-to-head matchup against Cloud9, obviously. ZX says, this is a legit question. I don't play League anymore. I just watch it. Is mid jungle synergy more important than top jung? It depends on the composition you're going for. Personally, I've always valued mid jungle synergy, but in terms of how the meta has shaped up, these past years for League of Legends competitively, I have leaned more to valuing top jungle synergy. I think a good top jungle duo is really good if you look at some of the other better teams around the world. Xiaohu and Gala had really good topside synergy. Khan and Canyon had really good topside synergy. Even teams in NA with good topside synergy work out, like Fudge and Blabber have pretty good topside synergy with these junglers. So I think that when it comes to having a jungler, I personally think top and jungle is better right now. But I think overall, having a good mid jungle synergy is good as well. There are certain things you can do in top side that'll really help and benefit out your team more than being a mid laner, than vice versa. All right, I'm going to answer this when Warren gets back. Warren is talking on his phone right now. But right now, yeah, that's been pretty much it for 100 Thieves. They are the best team currently right now in the LCS 2021 summer split so far. Personally, for me, it looks like to be a split where you have to kind of factor in who's going to be better at the end, like TSM or 100 Thieves. TSM has also looked pretty good in some games, but they've looked wonky in others. It just pretty much depends on which TSM showed up, actually. Okay, so that's pretty much what I personally think right now. Is there a possible chance that Cloud9 turns it around? I'm very, very hopeful if Cloud9 turn it around. I don't know personally if Cloud9 will turn it around right now. But it's all dependent on if they can get their shit together. Like when they lost to 100 Thieves, I'm not surprised they lost to 100 Thieves, obviously, because they lost to pretty much the best team in the league right now, which is fine. But, when you're talking about how they played around the map, now they've been playing around the map, it's been really, really bad, Blabber has not looked that good. A lot of the games that Blabber has played, he's gone like 0-4 on like Diana. He's looked pretty suspect on champions like Jin Zhao. You would think on a champion like Jin Zhao, Blabber would easily pop off on champions like that. No, Blabber's not looked that good, honestly. Purse has not looked that good. I'm probably not putting any Cloud9 members in my LCS 2021 Summer Split All-Pro team. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. What about you, Warren? Or I think he's still gone.
I'm back. Sorry about
Okay, what's up, man? What do you think about Cloud9, actually? Like, you're not putting any Cloud9 members in your All-Pro team, right? Because they've been looking like some ass.
Not until the end of the season if they turn things around.
They might turn it around, but I can't put these guys in All-Pro teams, man. They have not been playing good. You know what I mean?
If they go on like a long winning streak.
This has to be one of Blabber's worst splits. I don't know, man. He's looked bad.
That's the only way I could, like, if they'd have to have like 2-1s to 3-0 weeks for the next upcoming. What was it? They have like 4 more weeks or 5. I think they have like 5 more weeks because like 20 more games they have to play. Well, like
Mhm.
18. I don't know. I don't know number, but
I
they have
think
like 4
like
more.
they brought back in Sven, and I think it's fine. Like I didn't think King was bad. I've never thought King was bad. I think King proved he could be on a mid-tier LCS team, right? But if you're talking about playing on Cloud9, you got to be bringing out that Sven level performance, man. You got to have that Sven level performance where you're playing like that because, he was not bringing it. But Cloud9 looked pretty suspect in their Golden Guardians game, though that was due to the fact that Golden Guardians threw pretty hard at the Baron pit, but Cloud9 were also winning that game too. It's one of those those games where it's like one team just makes a mistake, then it's all over. I hope Cloud9 end up improving. I hope they do. I hope they can go 3-0 this week. They have a hard week ahead of them. They face Team Liquid and they face TSM. I think right now, if TSM beat Cloud9, I'm not surprised, obviously, because they are the better team currently right now. But obviously, it's Cloud9, baby. They're going to 3-0 the week, man. Hopefully. What do you think, Warren?
I don't. They're not gonna.
What do you think about a TSM? Do you think they're better than 100 Thieves right now?
No.
Oh yeah, I better get some contacts for this shit.
No, because Lost has seemed to be the liability so far on TSM at the moment. So, that's what analysts are saying. I don't know if it's the draft or what they're doing in the draft per se or what their strategy is, but I feel like Lost needs to kind of step it up. He's not a bad player by no means. He's been in the league and back and forth from Echo Fox to Academy. So maybe it might be like mental fatigue or something more. But he needs to kind of step up his game. Not saying he's a bad player, just think he needs to step up. Huni has been performing well, PoE, and so has Spica. So I don't know if they're the best team. I think that they're gonna. I don't know because like 100 Thieves seems like they're kind of trying to flex like they're the NAG too, and it's like
I like how this 100 Thieves this 100 Thieves fan was talking shit, and he was like, "Man, I hope Cloud9 and TL and TSM suffer and don't go to Worlds." I'm like, "Has your org ever won a trophy?" He was like, "I'll see you at Worlds, man." I was like, "Oh man, I'll see your trophy. I'll see your empty trophy case." It's like, fuck out of here, 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves have been 100 Thieves had that one good split where they first came in, they made finals, and they haven't really done anything since.
Did they win that? Did they win that?
No, because Stats and TL won their first split. It was when they faced 100 Thieves in the final. Remember they got 3-0'd when they had Meteos and Ryu and shit.
Oh yeah, what a great team.
Oh yeah, he's like, I'm glad to be a 100 Thieves fan, and we don't go through the same problems that Cloud9, TSM, and Team Liquid have. Yeah, and what trophies do you have? What? Clown ass mentality? What the fuck? Talk to me with no trophies.
Sorry, chat. I had someone speaking to me, so sorry about the like 5 minutes or so being away. Had someone
No, they've never won shit. Their trophy case is empty, like my dad in my life. That shit is gone. That shit ain't no existence. I don't doubt they could win a split in the future, or might be this one, but it's just more like we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a bad team. I just don't know yet. Every sport, you always have great regular season teams, and then you always have teams where like they don't look good in the regular season, make playoffs, and do well in playoffs. It just depends, though. Reaper's always had teams like this. Hi, Track. How you doing, man?
It is fucking hot here,
dude. I know. I'm ending the stream after like another 20 minutes, and I'm baking in here. I can't play the fan or use the fan when I do streams because you guys will hear that shit, and I want you to have the best audio. But yeah, just what do you think about Cloud9 and their abysmal performances?
To be expected, I guess.
I guess
I'm now worried because, well, frankly, they really should. With Sven back in, there should have been no way that TL stomped them as hard as they did. It was more the way TL stomped them. Like their wins against they won against CLG and Golden.
Looking at Track as if I was from heaven.
I know, right? I'm just such an angel, you know. But no, it was just the way. Yeah, it was just the way TL stomped them. It was just like so fucking convincing. I was just like, all right, well, I guess I guess TL's gonna win summer split, and C9's gonna miss Worlds, and everything's just gonna fuck up.
I don't know if they're gonna miss Worlds because of Perks. If Perks missed Worlds, that'd be like the first Worlds he would have ever missed. I don't think.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of funny. It would only be in NA where he would miss his first Worlds. Only in NA, man.
And he did make MSI. So far, he's always made it to MSI. So
I think Perks can turn it around, dude. But his level of mid gameplay has not been good. You know?
No. Granted,
has been playing better than him.
Yeah. Granted, this meta hasn't exactly stabilized. Like, we're still seeing just random fucking champions being picked week to week, and a lot of the times they're working. So I won't be 100% convinced that 100 Thieves are number one place material until the meta stabilizes a bit and they continue to get wins. Because right now it's like, yeah, they're adapting the fastest. They have the deepest champion pools. Closer's been on an absolute fucking tear. So yeah, but hot streaks kind of like this are not something I like to personally judge an entire split on.
Yeah, let's do a hot take. TL, Cloud9, TSM, 100 Thieves. Which one won't make it to Worlds? Let's all vote. Early predictions? I'm going to say Team Liquid.
Oh, TSM. I don't see them making Worlds.
All right, bye, Warren.
Okay. Get fucked. No, well, to be fair, TSM, I don't know.
I don't see TL making Worlds with all their
shit
happening. They look okay in some games. There's nothing spectacular or stellar about how TL play the game. They're just an all right team for being a top 4 team. I think Core JJ is still pretty good. Like Jenkins has had some good performances. If they play out far moving forward, there's a good chance they make Worlds. If they choose to play Jenkins, I don't feel like they make Worlds, actually. I think Jenkins will go into the playoffs and fucking choke out his first round, actually.
I mean, okay, so the next patch that comes out is going to absolutely... Speak of the fucking devil, all right.
Oh, thank you, Lou.
Yeah, no fucking thank you, Lou. Yeah, so actually that's exactly what I was about to talk about. I don't necessarily think those 3 specific champions are going to be immediately back in, but I think they're probably the champions that are easiest to see pop back in. I don't think it's going to mess too much with...
I'm going to say a hard no. Only champion I see out of there is Camille. No.
Woo!
No for Jatt. And no for Fiora. First of all, the only teams that could play Fiora are Korea or LPL. Second of all, Jax is highly mechanical, and you're going to have to play behind. The only time they brought that out was Broken Blade against Yorick. Like, come on.
I don't know, man.
Fudge pulled out the Jax.
Fudge pulled out the Jax. Impact pulled out. Yeah. Impact's played a shit ton of Jax. Some days, a shit
ton of Camille. That's one of his better carry top laners.
But Camille is far better than both of those champions. Camille can still engage, can roam, can split push, and can still team fight. Where Fiora is not the best team fighter, Jax is not the best team fighter. He needs to get a flank. Camille can literally, by the time we've seen Fudge on Camille on the champion, we've seen what a Q can do to a squishy. Literally 2-shot you to nothing with her Q. So I just don't see Jax. I don't want to see Jax again.
No, we're gonna see Jax, but we're gonna see him specifically from teams that have a split push strategy built into their win conditions.
Or they give you a
1-3-1. Are we serious about this?
No.
I'm 100% serious, dude.
You give that guy Jax because you know he's gonna fucking suck, and you can't give this guy resources, but this champion will carry him through the game. That's what some teams do.
No, I swear to God, EG is going to play it. I'm 90% sure that TL, if Camille gets
would.
banned out, they would.
Mhm.
I'm 100% sure that CLG is going to play it because Finn has been an absolute monster.
He played Kled. So
Yeah.
I have no doubt
So-
he's going to play champions like Fiora.
Yeah.
Or Jatt.
I mean,
or Camille.
Gwen can easily beat Camille, and so can Volley.
Because
Isn't
if
Gwen getting
Camille
hit
comes-
this patch?
Because
So-
if Camille comes back, Fiora and Jax counters Camille. I think Gwen gets hit this patch, and so does Kali. But
Gwen will
I don't
still
know.
Be fine. Gwen will still be fine.
Gwen's still gonna be really good. The issue here is with having these 3 champions is I don't think any of our top teams, top laners, can't fully utilize these champions to their absolute fullest. My thing is that can the teams they have around them really make these picks look good? Like if Impact picks Camille, would that have been better than at picking a champion like I don't know, fucking, you know?
You're never gonna see Impact on no Fiora. Like, let's stop. Let's stop this blasphemy we're spewing right now.
He can carry, dude. He can carry champion. He
Oh,
can carry,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that sounds like ravioli crone right now. Like, stop that.
Okay, but like Gwen. Okay, so looking at the patch notes, Gwen doesn't get hit. Viego does though. So Viego's going to be Viego gets fucking gutted. His in-lane sustain is just going to be fucked. So unless plus teams haven't really been utilizing him the best. Like it really only seems like, you know, high tier teams versus a low tier where they can get stomps and resets that we've really seen Viego kind of come out as a broken champ. So I guess, yeah, maybe Gwen, but Gwen, Camille are probably going to be very much on the ban list still. Coupling that, I guess maybe we'll see a return to bot lane, like being really important because top lane will just turn into a fucking feed or farm fest again. Like who the
my issue here is that I think all these champions work literally not in this region though. The only champion I've really seen Fudge play is to the fullest has been Camille, Jackson, Aurelia. Those are champions to me he's really stood out on and has been really good on. Even Lee Sin, but Lee Sin's only meta right now in the top
Aurelia
lane.
is getting gutted too. So
Aurelia is getting gutted as well.
Yeah, he was really good at Aurelia too. So like I don't think these changes will matter for the LCS, but only will matter on specific top laners in the LCS, if that makes sense, right? Does that make sense? It's only gonna matter for a few top laners. It doesn't really matter for the other ones because I don't think the teams are good enough to play around these picks to fully utilize them. Like in NA, they would give Revenge Jax just to have him, just give him no resources and just have him like up there just doing pretty much nothing but farming, you know?
Yep. And to be fair, there's a lot of teams that are going to probably play like that.
They always do.
I'm just gonna rant for 1 second because I'm really fucking sick of NA, and they're just wait around until the other team makes a fucking mistake and then capitalize. It's never going to fucking work outside of NA. It's only because as so many NA teams make mistakes or try to play aggressive that this shit is happening. But as soon as you go up against the LCK or the LPL who properly know how to aggro, like they're just fucking killing their chances again because TSM and TL and only 100 Thieves really is succeeding in having a slightly aggressive playstyle. But even then, it's like 10, 15 minutes hits, and the teams just fucking farm it out and wait until the other team makes a mistake. We saw TL and TSM go at each other with fucking early game composition out the wazoo from TL. They had like fucking Lee Sin in the mid lane, and they did shit. And then when they tried to do shit, they fucked up, and TSM just rolled back over top of them. And it was just like, oh my god, people. We're never going to get out of groups if you continue to try and wait for the other team to make a fucking mistake. Because when you're in the top 15 teams, nobody makes fucking mistakes outside of NA.
Like their arguments are always bad though. Like, oh, if we do this at this moment in time, then we could lose the game. That's any game, and that's literally anything and everything in general. Yeah, maybe if I go outside, I have a chance of getting shot in the head by a random mugger. That's a good chance, right? But you don't see me stop going outside, though. You see my point, though?
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's what fucking frustrates me right now. And that's why I'm hoping teams are willing to pick up these aggro top laners, because play to your fucking win conditions, have some fucking confidence in your early game. Don't fucking wait around for 50. What other region has 50 and 40-minute games consistently happening? None of them. Because the game's fucking over.
games this week ended. I mean, the TSM game ended what 33 minutes.
Warren is always
Yeah, because they
casually-
fucking took
I'm just telling
Lee
you guys.
Sin mid.
Come on,
Least-
like like you just said, like what games, and I just give you an example. It's not the only game. I'm pretty sure you looked at a lot of games this week. There's not
I
the
did.
only game. I'm sure even in
What's up,
LEC
Sean?
they had some 40-minute games that lasted long. And about
The
the
only
home
short games were the Fnatic games out of the LEC this past week.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then look at the LPL had some. They had some games where too. There was like I don't know if this is LPL or is this Bronze Fiesta because
This shit will never end, dude. I don't. I told you right now, I'm never watching a Rogue Warriors game after that shit they pulled in that week one of that spring split. That looked like highway robbery, but that team committed to my fucking time. I watched that team, and that team committed highway robbery on my fucking my sleep hours and shit. I'm like, get me out of here. But the last thing I want to focus on for NA is, you know, if anybody that's now gonna catch up on the replay or obviously watch it back, I don't mind the region being bad. I kind of always know it's bad, but you know, if you don't like it, just don't watch. It's that simple. No one has a gun to your head going, watch this region or I will literally kill you. Not possible, right?
I can help with that.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
No.
Well, yeah, and also, guys, you know we're not dick suckers around here. Someone was like, "Oh yeah, all you do is complain about Cloud9 and NA." Then, no, it's called giving valid criticism, and we don't dick suck our favorite teams like you do. So yeah, you don't see Warren just fucking mouthing off Bjergsen about how good he was in the past.
Oh no, he did a garbage draft with that. Oh Jesus!
Oh god!
Oh god, dude!
Against EG, that draft was just like, what? How do you win?
That shit should be a crime against humanity drafting that bad. Holy shit! But the last thing I want to talk about is Fnatic versus G2. It was the marquee match. Oh my god, my bad. Sorry about that, guys. I know we do our predictions here. We'll do our weekly recap. We'll do them Tuesday and Wednesday for LCS and LEC. The reason why I'm having this show today is because I'm very, very busy moving forward into the week. So we'll do the recaps as usual. We'll have them where I can talk about a few more things about NA that I don't get a chance to talk about here. Let me go to Leaguepedia. We have some banger games coming up this week. Cloud9's got rival week, baby, facing off against the two rival teams this week. All right, let's go. We are on to what? Week 5, guys. We're on week 5. Look at all these great games, man. You got fucking 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid, C9 versus fucking TL, and then you also have C9 versus TSM.
Oh, I don't want to watch C9 lose to TSM 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, Lord, man. If they lose to fucking TSM twice in a row, I'm fucking going to cry.
I love that.
Oh, thank you, Warren. I know you would. Oh, my God. All right, let's go down one by one predictions. Easy peasy, not knock them out really quick. I'm going to say 100 Thieves wins on Friday. I'm going to say 100 Thieves, EG, TSM, Cloud9, and CLG. What about you, Warren? What about you, Track?
100 Thieves, EG. Yeah, there's no World Dig wins against TSM currently. IMT has a bit of a reputation right now for taking out some big leaguers, so it's definitely going to be Cloud9 though.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And GG.
Who you got, Warren, for Saturday, for Friday?
If Alfari's back, I have TL.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
EG is just better than Fly. That's the given. TSM because Dig's just terrible now, and C9, and then I'm gonna say CLG because they've been better. That's who I.
Sorry about this, guys. Sorry about that.
So TL, EG, TSM, C9, CLG.
Okay. Saturday, EG, TSM, Cloud9, Dignitas, and 100 Thieves. What about you, Track?
EG, TSM. It'll depend. If Team Liquid has Alfari, maybe, but Jenkins is just Cloud9. GG and 100 Thieves for sure.
Hey, Warren?
EG, TSM. I don't like C9, so TL. And I think GG because their thing is in a mess and 100 Thieves.
Yeah, Dig throwing away Dardoch, the player that literally fucking wins them all their games.
Threw away the best jungler in the league who played the most jungle champions last split. They saw SK Gaming throw away their chances at doing anything, and then it's like, I'm just gonna one up you. That's what their goal was. Sunday, I have EG, 100 Thieves, Cloud9, because fuck TSM because they're trash. Team Liquid and Immortals. Actually, what do you guys? What do you have track?
Gotta be EG. Gotta be 100 Thieves.
You want TSM track.
They just been playing so much better. That's
They're
the
playing
problem.
so much better. Like I hate them so much. And if I can't stand Warren when he wins games and he fucking DMs me going TSM baby all the way. God,
it's gonna be if they lose to TL, they win versus TSM. But if they win to TL, they're gonna lose to TSM. TL. There's no way Fly should beat them, and definitely IMT because Dig's in a fucking hole. They literally dig themselves a grave. Dig and toss. That's what they're about.
Bye track. Warren, what do you have? You have any meme? You have any puns or any memes for these teams?
Golden Goats is gonna lose. Evil Geniuses is gonna win. CLG is gonna lose. So I got 100 Thieves. TSM's gonna beat Cloud9. TL's gonna beat Aquarium Quest and
Aquarium Quest.
And IMT is just better than Dig a Grave, so that's
out of this matchup versus IMT versus Dig, no one wins. We lose our fucking time. We watch this game.
I mean, IMT
we're gonna have to watch
this
too.
season.
That's true. That's true. I just rag on every team in existence, if I'm being honest here. But that's pretty much it for our predictions. The last thing to talk about is the match of the week in the LEC. Fnatic taking on G2, the other greatest rivalry in the history of Western League of Legends outside of TSM versus Cloud9. No, CLG versus TSM was not a good rivalry. TSM just beat the fuck out of them most of the time. Outside of the 2 times they got lucky. Fnatic have made a really good case that they are a top 3 team in the LEC, or do you guys think it's all just because the other teams are worse? What do you guys think about Fnatic right now with their Whippo jungle change or auto skill, if you will call it? Adam put on a show. This guy is good. Adam is good. Fnatic picked up a good top laner. Adam is so good.
Just
Holy
keep
shit.
sucking my prediction, Dick. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah.
Mickey X and Reckless were losing the 2v2 a little bit. They had this like TP down bot and they won a little bit again. What do you guys think about Fnatic or G2 right now? Honestly, I like G2 and Rogue have not looked good to me right now. No. Larson's been having a really off split so far. Like a lot of the G2 guys have been having off split. Weirdly, when Yankos is playing better, they're now having an off split. That makes no sense. Yankos has looked better. I'll give him credit. Mickey X, it's like they're all not playing individually terrible, but it's like this is not looking good. Like maybe this is just them ramping up. As teams like to say they're ramping up, to get closer to the playoffs and shit like that. But I'm just not seeing it right now. G2
I would love to stay the same.
Yeah, G2 lost both their games this past weekend. They lost to Vitality and they lost to Fnatic. Like credit to Niski, credit to Upset. They've been playing really good, and Adam has been a really key component in a lot of Fnatic's wins. Oh, this dive was beautiful. How they kept diving and they didn't die. Woo! That's that classic Fnatic diving shit. Oh, there you go. Oh, woo! Nice, man. That shit looks great. No,
it really does.
I hate it because I love G2, man. I hate seeing them when they lose, man. But it's like,
but
what can I say, man?
Here's the thing. Like, it's not like they drafted shitty. They got fucking Viego, Rumble, and Nocturne, who are just fucking. There's no way Callista or any of the squishies on on Fnatic should have lived in any situation. Nocturne, Rumble, and Viego over top to get the kill.
Guys, no, I mean, guys, I'm being honest here. I love G2. Like, I really like the org. I like the players and shit like that. I've liked it for a long time. the reckless upgrade over perks, I'm just not seeing it, man. Like it's not a hot take. I'm just not seeing it. They're playing so much more conservative around him. Like, am I crazy when I'm looking at this shit?
Yes, you're always crazy.
By Warren. Oh my God. Fucking white people.
But like, let's be 100% on this. It's Fnatic fucking went up and played blow for blow against them. Like, it wasn't like G2 was not mechanically playing well. They like topside. They were fucking winning a lot of the initial dives. Mickey X was jumping in. It was good, but they just couldn't convert. And at the end of the day, Fnatic was just relentless. And I can't say that there was any sort of like. I can't say that G2 just flat out wasn't trying or like they weren't wrapping up, because we saw some good fucking play. Wonder and Yankos
I like the
blow
draft.
for blow.
I like the draft that Fnatic has. Like, and I like that Lou brought this up. Tarek does neutralize Nocturne. That was a great counter pick on their side when they took Tarek away. I like G2's draft isn't bad. It's just like Fnatic just outdrafted them. Like Renekton will hold his own against Viego. Jin Zhao will easily dual rumble. You have Niski on Silas who can steal any ultimate on Fnatic's G2 side, and it'd be very, very much more better. Imagine just Niski stealing the Pantheon ultimate and just running down Yankos or Caps.
But it's not like Tarek instantly counters. Like, you have to actually be mechanically good at Tarek. You don't just literally wait until the ultimate.
Because like the ultimate does protect you against Nocturne when he turns out the lights. Sure,
but like it doesn't. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Tarek ultimate takes a second and a half to engage.
True.
Yeah. So the lights go out, you pop the ult. There is still plenty of time for Nocturne to jump on your ass, and I'm pretty sure he was going like lethality Nocturne. Knock the Rumble ult down, and you're probably going to kill someone, or at the very least, take them the fuck out. Now, does the ultimate go off? Maybe. But either someone's dead or they're so fucking low that you can continue the fight, because your other two champions in Reckless and Wonder on Viego and Jhin are just going to be fucking taking them out from the backside. And Viego, like, there was 100% a world where G2 could have won this if they executed better than Fnatic, but they didn't. And so
Fnatic won handily. They won. They dived better. They played around the competition better. They roamed better. Adam played out-dueled Wonder at every point during the game. Niski wasn't a liability against Caps. Upset proved that he can handle his own against Reckless. Everyone said, oh yeah, Upset's the problem with Fnatic. Shut the fuck up. Upset is great, man. What the hell? Upset literally proved in this game he can hold his own against Reckless, the person that he replaced on Fnatic.
I will say that G2, like, I know we're talking about G2 and I know Mad Lions is still coming off of MSI kind of syndrome, but nobody's really talking about Misfits. Like didn't they beat XL and Rogue this week? No, they beat XL. I remember that. I watched that game. Yeah, and who did they beat? They lost. I think they lost to. No, they won. They've only had one loss, right? Yeah, and they only had one loss to Rogue, which was like a nail biter loss too. That was a really, really close game too. And here it has been like one of the better top laners. I would say he's at least top five by far. Summer season.
So you're putting them in as like your dark horse, or you think that they're just gonna take over?
There's 6-1 right now.
They're just gonna take over because they had like outside of that one Bumble, they were really they should have been 7-0 right now. They
team with Nuke Duck.
Well, they play against
G2.
They play against the current Spring Split LEC 2021 champions in Mad and G2 this week. If they can take out G2 and Mad this week, I think you would pretty much solidify them as the best team right now in the LEC.
Right.
This is ultimate solidification because they beat Schalke. Schalke sucked. Schalke sucks with Kier. I'm sorry. I don't know why they traded Gilius. You people are dumb. Kiri sucks. And who else did Misfits beat? XL. Also, for a little bit of tip of the news, XL is also changing out some of their roster as well. Let's play the video, actually, guys. Let's hear this horse shit. Let's go, because they want to be transparent. Let's hear this shit, actually.
I don't know.
Want to hear this transparency?
No.
Warren loves transparency. Don't you love it, Warren?
No. Dignitas's transparency shit was just terrible.
Warren, tell me how much you love transparency. Tell me how much you crave it. Right?
Just as much as your hairline.
Oh my God. Hi, Warren. Oh, God, gotta teach these guys a lesson here. All right, we're gonna play this because this goes into a regarding news. For the LEC, currently right now, I do agree with Warren. Misfits are really good. If they can take down Mad Lions and G2 Esports this week for the LEC 2021 spring summer split week 4, I think you would pretty much solidify them as the best team in the league. But obviously, we'll have to see them take down the best team so far. Mad Lions has not looked good so far. But neither has G2. All right, and here is Young Buck explaining some roster changes for Excel.
Look at that cross-eye, man.
He's looking at their camera wrong or some shit. Excel, any Excel fans out there, announcement regarding our hashtag LEC roster heading into week 4. Marcoon and Adveen will join the LEC team ahead of this week's matches, with Dan and Denick moving to the BTXL roster. Denick and Dan. So yeah. Okay. What do you got to say, Young Buck? Here you go.
Guys, we said before that we would try and be better with how we communicate with you, and we would like to provide you now with an update on the LEC roster.
XL.
I want to confirm that we have decided to promote 2 very exciting talents in Marcoon and Advian to the LEC roster for week 4 of the summer split. We are always working to ensure that we have 10 extremely talented players in our LEC and BTXL roster, but also that we make sure that the 5 players that give us the best chance of winning games on stage are fielded for the LEC team. We scouted Advian and Marcoon in the 2020 postseason to play for our BTXL roster, but already back then, we knew with their extreme amount of talent that it wasn't a matter of if they would play LEC, but when. And today, that time has come. To provide some further transparency, we held tryouts shortly after the split and decided that we should sign on Nukdak and Denick. Now, very shortly after those tryouts, our BTXL roster went on a fantastic run at EU Masters. In the run-up to the summer split starting, we unfortunately saw very poor scrim results with the LEC team, and that had a very big impact on the team dynamics, the team atmosphere in general, and it also raised the question with the coaching staff if we were fielding the 5 best players to get the best result possible. Because of that, we held a new set of internal tryouts for an extended period of time, where we were mixing the LEC and the BTXL roster in different variations, trying to find the right combination of players to field in the LEC team. And as a result of those tryouts, we could actually see that multiple players in the BTXL roster are on par with their LEC counterparts. With that said, we wanted to trust on the current LEC's roster experience to get better stage results early on in the split, while we would continue to scrim the BTXL roster to monitor the performances. Additionally, we felt it was important to give all the LEC players time to get back in form, and for us not to rush into big decisions shortly after starting our preseason. Since then, the stage and scrim results were sadly not what we had hoped for, and as a result of that, the team atmosphere also didn't improve, so we felt the need to make some changes for the upcoming week. Advian and Marcoon are 2 of the players in the BTXL roster that showed in both EU Masters and in our internal tryouts that they're capable of playing on LEC level, and they also have very strong synergy with one another. It isn't just about promoting BTXL players, it's also important that they feel ready and comfortable, and they've both said that they're very excited and ready for this new challenge. Trust us when we say this was not an easy decision to make, and that our stage and scrim results were not just the result of Dan and Denick playing poorly. As always, there is a shared responsibility in the team whether we win or lose. We will continue to hold internal scrims to monitor the current form of all of the players as we continually look to improve the starting roster. We hope that this at least provides some insight into the changes that we're making. And with that said, we are super excited about what Marcoon and Advian are going to bring to the table, and we hope that you continue to support the team and the new players in the upcoming LEC matches.
We here at XL despise success in winning games.
I mean, Denick and the problem
Denick and Dan, he had some good performances.
My problem with these changes outside, like even Astralis, they've lost a few games recently. I mean, their record should be honestly 3-3 at this point because that G2 game was pretty close. But I don't know what happened. The problem with these teams is like a lot of these teams aren't just letting
players play.
The whole split. Let them play the whole split and then get rid of
Or
them.
at least get to like week fucking. I don't know. Get for like I forgot in LEC you can't get further in weeks because they won't allow you to switch the roster up. I remember they had a problem with that, but but that's my issue though. So they can't switch out their rosters at a certain point in the LEC with EU Master players. If you have an academy roster for certain reasons, they listed them before when they were trying to get in Nuke Duck and Denick, right? But my issue here is like, why did you pick up Denick or Denick, right? If you weren't really committed to him like that, you know? Like, I don't understand why do some of these EU teams pick up players they're not committed to and don't even play them for the full split. If you're not going to play them for a full split or at least a year, why are you grabbing them? Stop just grabbing players because they're young and you're trying to develop them and you're like dementia horseshit logic you're trying to fucking put out, you know? They're not committed to some of these players, though. They just want to see wins on a scoreboard. That's all they want to see, you know? Did Denick play that bad? I don't know. Kind of. Dan looked okay, you know, but it's Excel. Does it really matter, though? They're trash.
I mean, they always get close to making playoffs, but always fall short. So they're really trying to get out of that slump. It's not like they're like 10th, right? They're always like
they're very close. It's
very close to like getting playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it's like 7th or 8th, and then they just mess up or something. Like they beat G2 one week, but then they lose to Vitality, which was doing bad last split.
Mhm.
So like I get the changes, and you know, Young Buck, you remember he came from Fnatic where he was winning, so I'm sure there's a lot of pressure on him too because but I mean he had a different set of players around him, so I don't know, but good luck Excel. I think a lot of these roster changes they're just too much. Like it's not healthy for the league.
No. And to be honest, like I thought NA was like full of drama, but it's like it just seems like they're just trying to go back and forth. Like every single time we hear something crazy coming out of NA,
you just turn around and LEC's got their own roster. They're trying to fucking upgrade. As Dig is like, you know what? We'll just throw out the best jungler in the league. SK Gaming are like, you know what? Let's just take Jesus and put him back to the head coaching position. The fuck? Jatt is out. XL's like, you know what? Denick, you're bench too. Why is everyone trying to one up each other? What?
I mean, to be fair, and it's so funny because the first win that SK got was against XL.
Oh my God. No, Warren, no. They lost against probably the worst team other than them, and they're like, okay, we're fucking god awful. We are bad. We need some changes. Dan, you suck. Out. Get out.
Denick is on the older side too, so he's not like I think he's like 25 actually.
Mm-hmm.
So
but that's my thing, man. Like I don't know, dude. Like teams like XL, teams like SK Gaming, they've always been pretty much relatively horseshit anyway. Outside of like the splits where they do okay to decent and they kind of make an almost run, but then just like SK Gaming get like knocked out in playoffs first round, or your XL where you never make playoffs, and you talk about trying to field the best roster, yet you brought in Denick to be an upgrade over Torre, yet you're benching him after like 2 weeks of play. I don't know, man. I don't know.
If SK had kept Crown Shot and Limit and no, well, I don't know about Limit. If they kept Crown Shot and they still had Blue and they had Tinks, I guess they could have been a better team.
Remember, dude, Tinks didn't see how they played the game the same, so that automatically means let's just kick this guy. Can we not work on that? Could you not like talk to him, figure out like why you're not seeing the game the way you are, or you just gotta just kick the guy? Maybe
clearly,
they did. Maybe
clearly,
it didn't work. I don't
you just
know.
got to kick the guy. Clearly, that's the only option.
Sean's question. So what happened was, Tinks, they made a last-minute summer split decision that Tinks wasn't gelling with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Treats had jungle experience prior. That's why they put him in. Jesus was the support, and it's not working. Tinks is right now as a substitute because he doesn't mesh well with the team, and all the other players agreed, even Tinks, and so that's why he's listed as a
Held that
jungler.
gunpoint. He was held at gunpoint when he talked
He's
about
only
that
gonna.
shit.
He Treats did say that this is only for this split. He's not gonna jungle. This is not a permanent role.
He's played really, really well in his new autofill position, but I think his strengths are better suited in the I think his strengths are better suited in the support role. And I mean, I gotta actually head out of here. I gotta go do something. But that's pretty much it when it comes to the LEC right now. We'll have our weekly LCS and LEC recap videos of that will come out. For the LEC right now, it doesn't really matter what SK Gaming do nor Excel because they're not going to Worlds anyway. I guess they could just sabotage their Twitter presence or some shit amongst these internet sensitive pussies.
Yeah, isn't that what everyone's doing? I thought that was like, the move of the month. See who can break Twitter the fastest.
All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to say before we head out? Because I gotta go right now.
Oh no, I'm good.
Night.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'll see you guys later on this week. There will be the LCS and LEC weekly recaps with Warren for the LCS and Trackhawk for maybe one if he's on there. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. And Chiva will be on the EU one this week, obviously. But overall, yeah, LCS has drama, so does LEC. But at least the LCS drama is spicy. The LEC ones are like, your bad teams make moves. Cool. You're still dog shit.
LCS, our top teams make moves. Excellent. They're still dog shit.
All right, guys. See you guys later. Right. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing and Way of Life Esports is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys later. Deuces and goodbye. Peace. We're out.